Hi guys, welcome to day 2 of drawing in Adobe Illustrator. If you watched the previous video, you'd see that we already chose our colors, which we'll be using for this tutorial. So for today, we are going to be learning how to outline a sketch and how to apply our base colors. To start this video, I would be placing a sketch I made on paper onto my artboard. Now, as you can see, I have Photoshop opened, not Adobe Illustrator. That's because I feel like I need to refine my sketch here in Photoshop before I put that in Illustrator. So this is not, you're not required to watch this part of the video. Feel free to skip to where we begin to outline, but then if you do decide to watch, you could learn a few things, I guess. So let's get right into this video. Now, as you can see, the paper was white when I drew on it. Now it's brown. I don't know why. Okay, so let's reduce the opacity of this sketch. So I would reduce the opacity to, let's say, about 50%. 50. You could like type 50 here, but then I prefer the hard work. So let's do, okay, I feel this is fine. Yep. As you can see, my background is white and it's blending into my sketch too much, so I would unlock the background layer and change the color to black. So select my this tool, forgotten the name though, paint bucket tool. Select the paint bucket tool. Make sure my foreground color is black. Well, this is going to be different in, well, quite new for someone who hasn't used Photoshop before. So yeah, I feel like it's still too dark. The sketch is still too dark, but let's see how this goes. Okay, so selecting my brush tool, I have Marie Sketchy 001. I don't know why I named it that, but that is the brush I usually use to sketch. So let's zoom in here and yeah. Okay. So yeah. So let's get into this. I'm going to speed it up from here. You don't have to be bored with my sketching. One thing that really helps when I'm sketching is I go in for the shapes. I don't go looking for details. I just do the big shapes first and then go in to refine the little details. I don't follow any particular order. I just go and sketch where I feel I want to sketch. So I just finished sketching the shirt and I just want to sketch the shoe now. So yeah. You should feel free when you're sketching. You don't have to finish one part before you move to the other. Well, at least that's not what I do. I just go where my hands lead me. Okay, so we're done with the sketch. Now I need to import this into Adobe Illustrator. So I need to save the file. Let's save it. Let's export as export this as a JPEG, and day 2 sketch. Let's name that as sketch 2, or well, I mean dot. Save. Let's, oh, I guess not. Okay, so let's put a letter there or something. Oh, I think I figured what's missing. u.jpg. Save. Okay, so we have that done. So let's move straight into Illustrator and let's do this. Alright guys, welcome back to Adobe Illustrator. As you can see, I have Adobe Illustrator opened. We are going to outline a sketch here, so let's create our artboard so that we can begin. So I'll be creating a 2000 pixel by 2000 pixel artboard, color mode RGB. Let's create. To begin, we will place our sketch onto our artboard. So we'll go to File, Place, look for a sketch. There we go. Click on Template. Now Template lowers the opacity so that we can outline over the sketch, makes it easier. So we have our sketch right here. Okay, so I would be outlining on this layer, layer 1. Now when you place a template, Adobe Illustrator automatically creates a new layer so that you can sketch over it, outline your sketch, whatever. So to begin, I usually use 2 methods when I am outlining a sketch. The very first one would be the brush tool, using the paintbrush tool. The shortcut is B. It's right here in the tool panel, this one. Or I use the pen tool. So I'm going to be using the pen tool predominantly in this video. So you wouldn't see much of the brush tool, but I would demonstrate how I use it when I'm outlining. So let's select the paintbrush tool. So with it selected, I make sure that my fill color is set to none, my stroke color is set to black, and my stroke weight is 1 point or less. Now this is because I want to see my sketch underneath as I draw over it. This is a personal preference, other people prefer otherwise. So you could try other stroke weights and see what works for you. Okay, so to demonstrate how the brush tool works when I'm using it to outline, okay, let me just stop talking and show you how I use the brush tool. Okay, so to begin, I want to work on this pocket. So I draw my lines. Now the brush tool is really helpful when you have a drawing tablet and you're really good with drawing tablet. It really helps. It makes work fast. Well, the pen tool also makes work fast, but then when you have a drawing tablet, you could opt to use the brush tool. Okay, so as you can see, I offshoot my lines beyond the boundaries of the sketch, as you can see. Now this is because I want to make sure that when I do use the shape builder tool, my shape is really closed. Let me demonstrate with an example right here. Okay, so let's say I was drawing a square, but then I did not offshoot the lines. See, this way, the square looks closed from afar. It looks very perfect. But then when I take my selection tool, shortcut V, and show you, you can see that the edges aren't joined. Let's use the selection, the direct selection tool, shortcut A. You can see that this anchor point is very far away from this line's anchor point. So you can see that they're not joined at any of the edges. Now, this could be a problem when you are filling in with your color. So I prefer to offshoot the lines. That way, when I'm using the shape builder tool, everything is perfectly sealed. So let me show you how I use the shape builder tool to make sure this happens. So I select everything, Control A, and then I select the shape builder tool, which can be found at the tool panel, or using the shortcut Shift M. So I have the shape builder tool. Well, the shape builder tool works in two ways. You could either add the shapes or delete the shapes. So to add the shape, you would see that a plus sign is right by the tool here. Now this, when I drag the shape builder tool over these two shapes, it would add the shapes together. Let's undo that. But then when I hold on to the Alt key, when I pass it over any anchor point, any line, it deletes it completely. So when I'm done, you'd see that my shapes, let's deselect that, are really joined. They're joined. Yeah, so when I'm filling in the colors, it's easier that way. Okay, so I would be using the pen tool. I would be using the same method of offshooting my lines. So there's really not much to watch at this part. You could learn a few tricks and tips. I would be explaining certain things along the way, but then the sketch is in the description box below, so you can get the sketch there and then follow me as we outline. Okay, let's go. Anytime I start using the pen tool, I always make sure that I have a round cap. I have a round cap and a round join. I think it's out of force of habit. I don't really know why, but then I like how the ends of the lines end up looking. Now, when I have a curve and I want to make it a straight line, I just go back and click onto the very last anchor point, so it becomes a straight line. When I want the pen tool to kind of leave the line alone, I click on the Alt key on the keyboard and click elsewhere on the artboard, and then it just leaves the line alone. So with the pen tool, holding onto the Alt key, you'd see it changes to this V shape, overturned V shape. Then I bring it closer to the line, and there's this curve under the arrow key. I click on the line and then drag the line down or up, but I want the curve to be down this time, so then I bring it down. Okay, so let's continue with our tracing. Okay, so right now we are finishing up with the outlining. I'm going to just create this frame around everything, and then we'd move on to placing in the color. Our outline still looks messy, so we're going to clean it up right now. So let's zoom out a little. So as you can see, it looks very messy. So to clean it up, I select everything by pressing Ctrl A. Everything is selected. Then I press Shift M to select the shape builder tool, which is right here at this side of the panel. Okay, so with the shape builder tool selected, to delete lines, I would hold on to the Alt key and drag the shape builder tool over the lines I want to delete. So holding an Alt, I'm going to delete all the excess lines I do not need. When you're using the shape builder tool, you have to be very, very precise and very careful not to delete needed lines. So it's okay to zoom out once in a while to check your progress and see how things are going. Then you just zoom back in and then continue. Now, as you can see, our sketch is so clean. Yeah, so this is how I refine my sketches, just making sure that everything is in place and everything is in order. Yeah, so next up, we would be adding the colors, and yeah. Now to add in our base colors. To begin, we need to have our colors in order. So I'm going to show you a very simple and efficient way to get this done. So let's go to Window, and then let's open our Libraries tab. Libraries. So this is Libraries. So I usually keep my colors in here when I need to work very fast, when I can't keep going to the color picker to check and to pick colors. So let's hide our sketch, our outline, and let's see how this works. You select one color, then you come down to this plus sign here and select fill color. Now, the moment you select fill color, it just drops into the library. So fill color, we select fill color because we are going to be using these colors to fill our shapes. That is the simplest explanation I can give. But then it needs no explanation, because as we go along, you see how it's very easy and very efficient to use these colors. So let's say I create another shape, another square, and then I want to change this color. So then I just select the shape and then click on the color I want to change it to. So it's as simple as that. So let's delete these because I would not be using them in here. Go to our layer panel and let's hide that and bring our outline back. Now to color this, we need to select the entire illustration. So Control A, select everything, or you just drag your cursor all over everything, as I am doing right now. And then I go to libraries and go to where I have saved the colors I'll be using today. So it's day 2 colors, and these are the colors I would be using today. Okay, so I select the Live Paint Bucket tool. Now with the Live Paint Bucket tool, it has a shortcut of K. It really helps to color. It's very easy to color with the Live Paint Bucket tool. So to color with the Live Paint Bucket tool, I just select a color, let's say orange, and then I click on the shape where I'd like the orange to go to. So I'd like the orange to come here and here, this side of the shoe. The next color I'd go for is this brown, this kind of burnt orange, burnt brown color. Then I click here. So it's a lot of clicking, but then you get the point. It's very easy to work with. Okay, so you know how to use it now. So I'm just going to speed up through this part. So that is it for coloring in our outline. It's as simple as that. It's very simple, it's very fast. You could do this in 5 minutes or less if it's a very simplified drawing. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a lot. Okay, bye.